Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 52-year-old female. Now, first thing you want to understand is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com. We've got these free quoters on just about every page, and you just click the state that you live in, and we are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, the other info. Once you click Get Quotes Now, it will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best companies with all the lowest pricing in your state. And you will be an exceptionally well-educated consumer, and you will not have to rely on all those silly teaser rates or super low rates you see advertised on TV and online. And, when you actually get to them, it's not what you thought because they were not telling you the truth. So we can help you out with that. So you can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. Talk with one of our agents as well. Now, the first thing you need to understand as a 52-year-old female is really how much coverage do you really need? And, this video is about $5,000. So is that going to be enough for your final expense needs? Well, the average cost of a cremation versus a burial, but cremation in the United States right now is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. So obviously $5,000 would be enough. Now, if you're going to have some sort of ceremony, remembrance of life, or celebration of life ceremony, something like that, in addition to the cremation, probably $3,500 to $4,500. So $5,000 would be enough as well. But you got to consider you're 52. You probably want to make it to 62 and 72 and maybe 82. So although $5,000 would take care of things right now, you may want to get a little bit more, just depending on your needs and your budget. We don't recommend over-insuring on this insurance. And what that means is, we really don't recommend you getting $25,000 or $30,000 and then saying, hey, I want to give some money to the kids too. Typically we recommend this insurance just be taking care of your final expense needs. Now, if you have the financial means to afford more, certainly we can help you out with that, but we're just very conservative with this insurance. We really want to be mindful of your budgets as well. Now, what that would typically mean is the average person that we're helping with a cremation where they're coming home in a cardboard box or an urn, we're probably helping them out with $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. That gives them a little bit more insurance right now, but if they live a long time, it's also going to help adjust for that cost of inflation. If you're going to have the cremation in that ceremony, probably $7,000 to $10,000. That's going to be fine for right now. Keep in mind, you can always add more coverage. We can always help you add more coverage later. So not a big deal there. And if you're going to have a burial, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. So if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, pretty much anywhere in the United States, they should be able to help you. Now, I can guarantee you one thing. It's not going to be a fancy affair or anything like that. But it's going to be very simple. And but also keep in mind too, at age 52, do you want to live to 62, 72, 82? So in the coming years or decades, I should say, $10,000 isn't going to be enough. So most of the people we would help right around age 52 are going to look at anywhere between $10,000, $15,000, maybe $20,000. But just keep in mind too that if your budget's tight, just get what you can afford. $10,000 takes care of things right now if something were to happen, as long as it's first day coverage. So just get that $10,000 if that's all you can afford. Now, let's talk about that first day coverage a little bit. That's exactly what we help people with at Funeral Funds of America is first day coverage or benefits. We don't recommend those 2-year waiting period plans out there at all. And I'll talk about those in a minute. But what first day coverage means is, God forbid, if you died tomorrow and you had gotten your policy today, the policy would pay out, right? Even if it's just the next day. And that's really important because there's policies out there that won't pay out in the first 2 years. And again, we'll get to that in a minute. Now, a lot of people would say, I want that first day coverage, but I know those plans ask health questions and I'm not in the best of health. To which we say, your health is our problem. That's not your problem. And we work with enough different insurance companies that they all ask different health questions and they all have different underwriting requirements. And we really have right around a 90 to 95% approval rate for first day coverage or benefits. So let us work with you and help you on that. That'll take a load off of your mind for sure. Now, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage is if you had some really significant health or medical issues going on, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or maybe you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If you were in a situation, something like that, we'd probably refer you out to a different insurance company. And then also, it seems like every week we get a call from somebody that says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. And now the body's at the funeral home, and the funeral home director is not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance real quick so that we can get a check, to the funeral home guy. And unfortunately, there's not a single insurance company in the United States that will issue a policy to somebody who's already died. You have to be alive to qualify for one of these plans. And it's terrible for these families because they're grasping for straws, and they have a family member or a loved one who knew they were going to die someday, and they didn't do anything about it. They ignored the risk to their family, and now their family is suffering not only the financial, but the emotional consequences. So don't be that person. Their legacy from here on out is anytime their name comes up, everybody's going to think about, oh, yeah, they died and left these bills for us to pay. And you don't want to have that legacy. This insurance is affordable. You can do it. If you need to start slow and add more coverage later, you can do that too. And we can help you do that. But don't be that person that never takes care of this, and your family just kind of gets, they get the short end of the stick on this. It's not fair to them. So let's talk about the 2-year waiting periods a little bit here. Now, Colonial Penn is probably one of the better known, certainly more visible 2-year waiting period companies out there. Now, their $9.95 plan, I just want to be clear, that's got a 2-year waiting period on it. And if you get that plan, it's not going to pay out any insurance death benefit, if you die of a health or medical reason in the first 2 years. So yeah, just be aware of that. There's other companies out there like that too, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber. There's a bunch of other companies. That's all they sell is 2-year waiting period plans. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that if you're over the age of 50, that the only thing you'll qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we say, nothing could be further from the truth, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, as I look at Colonial Penn, they got the $9.95 plan, and there'd be a lot of 52-year-old females who would say, I bet I can get $20,000, maybe $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95 because I'm only 52 years old. And then they talk with somebody from Colonial Penn, or they go onto the website like we've done here, and they see that for female age 52, $9.95, that will only buy one unit, which is $1,890. And a lot of people would say, wow, that sounds much different than the TV commercial. They made it sound so good. But yeah, I mean, $1,890, that's probably enough to cover a burial right now, but it's a 2-year waiting period plan. It's not going to pay out for the next 2 years for any health or medical cause of death. So, it may not pay for a cremation 2 years from now. And, it's going to be a more expensive policy too. Let's look at the pricing here. So they've got the $9.95 pricing, per unit. And that per unit pricing, you can't get $5,000 on the nose for a 52-year-old female. These one units kind of give you these wackadoodle numbers like 1,890. So let's see what 2 units. I'm guessing this is between maybe 2 to 3 units. Let's take a look. That's the thing you got to guess on here. There we go. That's as close as we can get to 5,000. It's $5,640, and that's $29 a month. $20.95, almost $30. So let's see what this would cost if it were first day coverage. So 5,000 female, age 52. Get a quote. We're going to go back and look at this. Roughly 5,000 for 29. Look at this. We can actually get, we work with Trinity Life Insurance Company. They're a great company, really flexible underwriting, first day coverage. That's what this level, simplified issue level means, first day coverage. And that's only $13.55 versus $29. So the Colonial Penn is probably right at about 200% higher premiums for the same amount of money. So they'll allow you to pay them much more money every month for the rest of your life, by the way. And they'll also allow you to have a 2-year waiting period so that if you die in the first 2 years of a health or medical reason, your family's out of luck. They don't get any money and no insurance death benefit. So, why would you do that? Why would you not get better prices? This is $16 a month. Why did you say it's, because this is a little bit more, 56. Let's say it's $15 a month. So 15 times 12 months is $180. If you live another 10 years, you're going to overpay right around $1,800, just right around. So why would you get into a policy that if you live another 10 years, they're going to overcharge you right around $1,800? Remember, 20 years, it'd be $3,600 roundabout. It just adds up over time. Let's look at some other insurance companies here and see about pricing here. Let's go down here. And you'll be able to see all these different insurance companies. That's the same. Yeah. I mean, some of these are more, even if it's $5 more, that's $60 a year. That's $600 every 10 years. 20 years is $2,400. You may as well keep the money in your own pocket. Oh, here's one, Lincoln Heritage. Now, they're a fine company, I guess. I mean, their pricing's higher, right? It is level coverage. Now, they've got a thing where, when you pass away, they'll call 2-3 different funeral homes and they'll supposedly kind of negotiate the best pricing. They might do a couple of things here too, but you pay for that. You actually pay for that extra premium. So they're roughly $20 versus roughly $13. So that's roughly $7 a month more. That's $84 more a year. After 10 years, that's right around $840. So, it doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to consider it's a $5,000 policy and you're going to be overpaying $840 after 10 years. Just why would you do that? Why, it just doesn't make sense to, overpay that much. So what we do at Funeral Funds is we provide a free funeral and estate planning guide, and you can just fill that out beforehand, who gets what goes where, and fill out all your final wishes that you want done, burial, cremation, all of that. Keep it with your insurance policy, and when you pass away, your family just picks up those 2 documents. They're protected financially with the insurance, and they're protected emotionally because you've laid out everything for them. And all they've got to do is execute your wishes. And what a wonderful gift to take the pressure off of them and to help them emotionally and help them know that you're making the exact decisions that you should be making because they came right from you. It's just a wonderful gift of love to do that. And we provide that free. It doesn't cost any extra money like some of these other insurance companies. So we think that's pretty cool. So go to our website, again, funeralfunds.com. We've got these quarters on each page. You can call us at toll-free 888-862-9456. We've got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, and that would be funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can get the best prices and discounts there as well. And whether you're looking at a brand new policy and you just want to get some insurance right off the bat, we can help you out with that. If you got an existing policy and you want to price check it or add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you just want information and want to understand these policies a little bit better, we can help with that too. Just reach out to us. We look forward to the day we can help you out with this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.